Oliver Smith, how was that 100th Nationals event? You've been a big part of a lot of those, but you didn't make your weekend easy for yourself. You seemed to want to come from the rear all the time.
Yeah, I had a couple of issues throughout the weekend. So Mike and I had a good off-road adventure at Turn 1 yesterday, and then this morning. It was pretty tricky conditions, and I had a bit of a spin. So both races, even though I qualified front row, I started from the very back. So, but I got back in the end, so pretty pleased with where we got to.
The important thing here for you is consistency. It's another podium result, and it puts you back in the championship hunt, certainly with Peter striking that trouble at the start of the race.
Yeah, it's really good for my championship. I've got to start beating Peter on the road. I've made a lot of progress with the new car to get it pacey now, so really comfortable with where we've got to on that front, but now I need to convert it into results, and being at the front in qualifying and on the first lap is a big part of it.
Peter, how was your weekend? Were you a bit like Ollie and Michael in that first race? You wound up off the road at Turn 1, but a good recovery, and certainly second in this race, and you look comfortable.
Yeah, that first corner's been interesting. I think as me being not in the driver's seat that often, that I tended to I followed these two guys off the road, and as I was going off the road, I'm wondering, why am I going off the road here? Because I was right behind the guys at the time. But anyway, we got back on the track, and I had a good race through that first race to get back, which is good. But it was one of those things.
And today, a nice result to come second. I mean, it's still a fairly solid field of competitors that have raced hard for a long time, and you gave as good as you got, and you were right in there.
Yes, it is. That's the great thing about this series. It's always so close. Like, there's really not much in it. Like, Mike's been fantastic all weekend, speed-wise, but yeah, the rest of it is so close. And like, when you're in a race situation, like, you're back down in the middle of the field. It's really hard to get past people, and that's the beauty of the category. That's why we all love it so much.
Yeah, congratulations, Michael. For you, this is a return after about 2.5 years. Are you surprised in some way to have taken pole and then be at the top step in race 2?
Yeah, definitely, to be honest, because I have watched the series as I've been away, and I've seen the guys get quicker and quicker. Although the one thing that did work in my favour, this is probably my favourite track of the year, so I've always been relatively quick here. It's going to be a different story, I think, at Eastern Creek, because the guys have dropped those lap times quite considerably since I've been there. So we'll see how that goes.
It was interesting listening yesterday to, I think, Kim Burke and Peter Padden comparing notes post-race, and they said, how does he do it through turns 1 and 2? He makes up so much time there. What's the key for you to going faster in here?
Yeah, it's keeping the speed, I suppose. Like, just especially turn 2, that's where there's a lot of time to be made there. You just hold it flat as long as you can and get on the brakes as late as you can. Just let it, especially because our cars don't have a huge amount of power. It's all about maintaining the speed. Yeah, that's about it.
Just quickly, take us through what happened off the start of yesterday's race. I've seen the footage, but it was an interesting experience for you.
Yeah, so both Ollie and I we got a good start, and we were side by side, and then he tucked in behind me into turn 1, and I've just been going way too quick, and the back's just stepped out, and I've caught it left, right, left, and then I've just gone sailing off, and Ollie, because he was right in my toe, he just had really nowhere to go, so we both went off, and it was quite exciting, hitting the grass and seeing the marshals area coming and stuff, so it was very exciting.
You've done a lot of Nationals racing too, and of course the championship continues on with the Nationals in a few weeks at Sydney Motorsport Park. We expecting to see you back for the remainder of the season? Yep,
yeah, so the plan is to do both the last rounds, so yeah, definitely looking forward to Eastern Creek, the home track, but really looking excited for New Zealand, because I've never been on that track, so it'll be good.
Congratulations all three of you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, great. Thanks.
Beautiful. Thanks, Peter. Thanks, Michael. Beautiful.